I'm back in the education sector, for now that is, and to be honest, it's bittersweet. I've always enjoyed working and being around children, especially with the fact that I feel like they can teach you so much as well. A lot of compassion, a lot of kindness, a lot of resiliency, right? But unfortunately, within these neck of the woods, as I like to say, it's a bit difficult to really have that same type of love for the education sector. More so because I find that the schools in which I've had the opportunity to work in or be within are very right-leaning or conservative, or seem to really be influenced by a lot of conservative views and ideologies, especially given the fact that most of conservatism, in my opinion, and this is my take, just based on observation, is really hinged on colonization and upholding colonization. Let's be honest now. It's interesting to see how US history here is very palatable. I'm someone that was born and raised in New York City, and I did experience this history as well, or I did learn this history, especially as a young child within the 90s. And it was a palatable, whitewashed version of history, something that I have no respect for, to be honest, and do not welcome in any way, especially given the fact that it's not honoring the indigenous Black community that have done so much for this country and to build this country. But also, it's insane that there is this expectation to pledge allegiance to the flag that I find has so much blood on it. Indigenous communities were murdered, right? So were the Black community and many other communities of color, right? Land was stolen, this colonized land, and therefore saying something, freedom for all, does not match with its actions historically. So when I hear that, it's so difficult and it's so troubling for me, especially internally, to be in agreement with that and be okay with pledging allegiance to the flag. And that's something that's expected in the education sector, which I don't, and you know what? It's not expected within the education sector all throughout the US. So don't get me wrong, because I grew up in New York City, and once I got to a certain age, I feel like there wasn't this emphasis and focus and need and almost expectation to pledge allegiance to the flag. But here it's almost like you have to. And if you don't, you're looked at oddly, right? Or you will definitely feel like you are not welcomed. Or that's what I felt, right? And it's sad because the US is so centered on the freedom of speech, the freedom to be whoever you like. But it seems to stop at like certain, it seems to only be limited, actually. Let me rephrase that. It seems to be available. That freedom only seems to be available to the white community,